Hello and good morning. I am Sabil Josh Gamido, the reporter from Group 2. Our first topic is all about computing components together with my partners Bral Sirius and Kitty Ghot. And the members I haven't mentioned will be discussing later following this one about the input and output chapter 7. Now, let's begin. I will be the one to discuss the objectives for chapter 6, puzzle, and inside the case. Here's our objectives. Describe the various computer and the mobile device cases and the constants they protect. Describe multi-core processors, the components of a processor, and the 4 steps in the machine cycle. Identify characteristics of various personal computer processors on the market today and describe the ways processors are cooled. Adding in our objectives, we will explain the advantages and services of a cloud computing. We will define a bit and describe how a series of bits represents data and explain how program and application instructions transfer in and out of memory. In addition, in our objectives, we will differentiate among the various types of memory, describe the purpose of adapter cards and the USB adapters, explain the function of a bus, explain the purpose of a power supply and batteries, and describe how to care for computers and mobile device. Do you know what kind of computing components this puzzle is? Let's try. First picture. Second picture. Third picture. And last picture. Can you guess it? Computer case, also known as a computer cases or system unit. And this unit is usually seen in computer shops or in a desktop. This case is made up of steel, aluminum, and plastic. This system case is very important. Why? In order to protect the components inside of a system unit. What's inside the case? As you observe the picture, a lot of hardwares are located inside the case. And in the following slides, we'll reveal what's inside of a system unit. This case contains and protects the electronics of computer or mobile device from damage. And why is it important to have a computer case? It will safeguard all of the important and expensive parts of a PC or computing devices. Next, a motherboard is the main circuit board of a computer, and this has a computer chip contains integrated circuits. And for your information, motherboard is the principal components of a computer or other device with connectors into which other circuit boards can be slotted. Either it can be slots for adapter cards, slot for processor chips, slots for memory modules, and many more. Lend your ears to the next reporter and he will be discussing processors, cloud computing, and memory.
Hello everyone, I'm Brian Eliezer Serious and I'm going to discuss my part of this report. I'm going to tackle about the processor and the memory. First, let's start with the processor. The processor, or also called the Central Processing Unit or CPU, performs basic arithmetic, logic, controlling, and input or output operations specified by the instructions in a program. From the word process, it is a series of actions or steps to achieve a particular end. The CPU is seen as the main and most crucial integrated circuitry chip in a computer as it is responsible for interpreting most of computer commands. A multi-core processor is a single chip with 2 or more separate processor cores. The first multi-core processor were produced by Intel and AMD in the early 2000s. Multi-core allows PCs to run multiple processes at the same time with greater ease, increasing your performance when multitasking or under the demand of powerful apps and programs. Processors contain a control unit and an arithmetic logic unit or ALU. The control unit is the component of the processor that directs and coordinates most of the operations in a computer. It instructs the memory, logic unit, and both input and output devices of the computer on how to respond to the program's instructions. CPU and GPUs are examples of devices that uses control units. The arithmetic logic unit or ALU performs arithmetic, comparison, and other operations. Example of arithmetic operations are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Examples of logic operations are comparisons of values such as not, and or. The system clock controls the timing of all computer operations. System clock is an electronic device in a computer that issues a steady high-frequency signal that synchronizes all the internal components. The pace of the system clock is called the clock speed and is usually measured in a gigahertz. The leading manufacturers of personal computer processor chips is Intel and AMD. Intel supplies microprocessors for computer system manufacturers such as Acer, Lenovo, HP, and Dell. Intel also manufactures motherboard chipsets, network interface controllers and integrated circuits, flash memory, graphics chips, embedded processors, and other devices related to communication and computing. While the AMD, or Advanced Micro Devices, is a semiconductor company known for designing and developing computer processors and graphic technologies. A processor chip generates heat that would cause the chip to malfunction or fail because they convert electricity into thermal energy. A CPU has a few billion transistors or switches regulating the electricity flow throughout the processor, thus causing energy loss and conversion to heat. That's why we use heat-sink fans, liquid cooling technology, and cooling pads to improve airflow for your laptops or PCs. Cloud computing is the delivery of computing services, including servers, storage, databases, networking, software, analytics, and intelligence over the internet to offer faster innovation, flexible resources, and economies of scale. That's why home and business users choose cloud computing for a variety of reasons. And now let's talk about the memory. The memory consists electronic components that store instructions waiting to be executed by the processor, data needed by those instructions, and the result of processing the data. Memory is a device or system that is used to store information or immediate use in a computer or related computer hardware and digital electronic devices. The term memory is often synonymous with the term primary storage or main memory. Each location in memory has an address. It is a unique identifier used by a device or CPU for data tracking. Memory size commonly is measured in gigabytes or terabytes. The random access memory, or also known as RAM, usually reside on a memory module and are inserted into memory slots. RAM is one of the most fundamental elements of computing. RAM is a temporary memory bank where your computer stores data if needs to retrieve quickly. Memory cache speeds the process of the computer because it stores frequently used instructions and data. The memory cache is located very close to CPU, either on the CPU chip itself or on the motherboard in the immediate vicinity of the CPU, connected by the dedicated data bus. Flash memory is an electronic non-volatile computer memory storage medium that can be electrically erased and reprogrammed. It can store data information even when the power is off. Access time is the amount of time it takes the processor to read from memory. Computer access time is commonly measured in nanoseconds or milliseconds, and the lower the time, the better or faster the computer should perform. And now I'm going to pass the report to Mr. Keith Ighot to discuss the adapters, buses, and power supply and batteries.
Hello, I'm Keith Lawrence de Casa Igot. I'll be reporting about adapters and buses. An adapter card enhances functions of a component of a desktop or server system unit and provides connection to peripherals. An adapter card, also known as an expansion card, is simply a circuit board you install into a computer to increase the capabilities of that computer. With plug and play, the computer automatically can recognize peripheral devices as you install them. If you're asking what is plug and play, it means a standard for the connection of peripherals to personal computers, whereby a device only needs to be connected to a computer in order to be configured to perfectly work without any action by the user. A USB adapter enhances functions of a mobile computer or provides connections to peripheral devices. A USB adapter is a type of protocol converter that is used for converting USB data signals to and from other communication standards. A bus allows the various devices both inside and attached to the system unit to communicate with one another. A bus is a subsystem that is used to connect computer components and transfer data between them. Word size is the number of bits the processor can interpret and execute at a given time. A computer might have these three types of buses. The power supply or laptop AC adapter converts the wall outlet AC power into DC power. Without the right amount of power, your machine will not function how you need it to, and may not even turn on. Mobile computers and devices can run using either a power supply or batteries. Batteries typically are rechargeable lithium-ion. Lithium-ion batteries have built-in safeguards designed to stop them from exploding if they're left charged while at maximum capacity. That is all. Thank you.